is full of gimmicks.
They don't just want to make cuts, they want to destroy.
You know, the president said that he wants higher taxes.
How can we ask a student to pay more for college before we ask hedge fund managers to stop paying taxes at a lower rate than their secretaries?
Well, as Washington tries to battle out this debt ceiling debate, we thought you should know something that isn't really capturing the headlines. Guess what? Both the Republicans and the Democrats' plan do not include tax hikes. Let's bring in Charles Riley to talk about that. I am amazed that this isn't all over headlines. But it's true. Neither of these plans call for raising taxes on the wealthiest Americans.
Right. So
what? How can that be?
Yeah, for months and months, that was the big Democratic talking point, is we're going to, in exchange for all these spending cuts, we're going to increase taxes on some of the richest Americans. And that was part of the big grand bargain that was being negotiated between Obama and House Speaker John Boehner. But in the last couple days, all that talk has died down. So Republicans, especially Republicans in the House, have been steadfastly against tax increases basically since the dawn of time, but especially recently.
The Reid plan doesn't include any cuts to Medicare, Medicaid, or Social Security. So Republicans, on the other hand, it looks like they're saying we don't need to budge on taxes.
Right, that's exactly it. And the tax issue is such an important one for Republicans, especially leading into the election year. They just feel like they can't budge on this. And basically, they've gotten the White House to kind of go along with that. The big grand bargain that was being negotiated by John Boehner and President Obama has fallen through the cracks. And now we're looking at two much smaller deals that don't raise taxes and only cut spending.
When you look at the Boehner plan and the Reid plan, both call for $1.2 trillion in discretionary spending cuts. But what you say, and you make a very fair point, is that the real pain is down the road because we don't have any description of what those cuts are.
There's no details.
They're just overall caps.
Right. They cap the level of spending going forward. So the government's going to be spending less money in certain areas, but they're going to leave the hard decisions of what exactly to cut for some time down the road. It's possible before Obama's first term is up, we'll get another round of spending cuts. The battle over fiscal year 2012 is going to start actually pretty much just as soon as it ends. As soon as that's over, we're going to go into the normal fiscal appropriations process, and that we're going to relitigate all of this.
Is there any chance that you think tax hikes will get added back in at this point, or are they just off the table?
Right. So this has changed a lot in the last couple of weeks. I don't think you're going to see a big change in taxes come back on the table. It's just not in the cards. Top Democrats in both the House and Senate say it's just not going to happen.
Wow. It's amazing to think that the debate has changed that much.
Yeah, and that kind of underscores the need to get a deal done.
Sure.
People are willing to part with some pretty closely held beliefs in order to get this debt ceiling raised.